Hello everyone, welcome back to more Sly and the Raccoonus Thievius.
What's not up, not gamers? Am I allowed to say that?
No. I had to say it that way. Mr. Negative.
Oh, no. Hey, on the bright side, I didn't yell it.
True. I will give you that. He's
But,
trying so hard to find a way to game the system.
I am, but on the other side of the coin, I am asking for your approval.
True.
So I'm not completely in the wrong here. Because I am being like, is that too close, or is this acceptable? Also, sorry for the clickety-clackities.
He's practicing
CNK.
for Nitro Kart. This is what happens when we have 3 parts a week. Which we kind of screwed ourselves on. Realistically, we probably should have had some stuff sprinkled in during Megamind month. But, oh well.
Yeah, but all hail Megamind, so screw everything.
Exactly.
Isn't that what he says in the movie? All hail Megamind?
I think that's what we said in watching the movie.
Well, can you blame us?
No, of course not.
All hail the choo-choo. Wait, didn't you do this?
Earlier today when I was doing a practice recording, but that wasn't...
Oh, this is a different level. Never mind. Sorry, all these levels look so similar. I thought this was the first level, because I remember you did, like, didn't you do one level here?
Yeah, I did a Swamp Team level, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, because I was like, I remember you walking on these things. Also, we're in Florida again.
No, we're not. Haiti.
Look here.
Florida, Haiti, same thing.
I feel like that's offensive to someone.
I mean, you said it first.
I mean, I think I actually did. So you practiced all these. Are any of them really bad? I know you messaged me and you
the
said
first
these
2 were kind of rough, and that's why I was doing them again today. And yes, I'm sorry, he's angry today.
It wasn't actually that loud this time. Then again, we're also on Discord. Hello, everyone. We're on Discord.
Understand him.
We're on Discord because CNK screws my audio up. Thank you, Crash Nitro Kart.
Also, you probably already noticed that, yeah, since most of the levels this point onward don't really have that many rolling opportunities, I'm just on slow all the time now.
I don't know if you discovered this mid-part or if this was on your own time, but remember the fast motion thing?
Yeah, I wasn't able to repeat that, unfortunately. I've only been able to do that once.
Oh,
so I think it's like a frame-perfect thing.
So it was like a glitch.
Yes.
Oh, I thought...
And I am pretty sure that was in a part. It wasn't a Sly part, it was something else.
Oh, okay, because I remember, I swear, when you were doing it, you, like, messaged me and you were having, like, an epiphany. You're like,
yeah, so basically,
wait a minute.
I think what happened is I must have used it at the same time as I went through a cane motion or landed on the ground, something. Same frame as something, because I have not been able to repeat it.
That's crazy. Yeah, apparently
basically what would happen is the timer would slow down, but nothing else would.
It's so weird. Too bad you can't replicate it.
Yeah, that would completely break these, but...
Good.
Yeah, more or less.
If we've learned anything from CNK, breaking time trials is the only way to do things properly. Thanks, Philo.
Philo has become everything wrong with the universe, I guess.
I mean, yes.
Okay, as long as we have that established.
You're not wrong. You are, in fact, correct. Hello, it is me. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to do my Aku voice now that we're using Discord temporarily.
Assuming it doesn't break on us.
Yeah. Don't get used to this audio quality, guys, if it sounds remotely different, because this is just a temporary thing, because Skype is weird. And the Discord apparently seems to be fine. It's funny, because we're using both Discord and Skype, because
Skype
we're using...
for the screen share.
Yep, because as we've talked about before, we find it to be more consistent and more reliable. There's also one real bad thing I can straight up admit with Discord, and I don't know if I've mentioned this on camera or to you yourself, but while you can technically have like 30 FPS, like 720p, if you have 1080p.
Broke in, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
So maybe. Doubt it,
but you can have like 1080p. So on Discord you can have like 1080p stuff if you have Discord Nitro, and I do, and you can record and you can do 60 FPS screen shares, right? Mm-hmm. The problem is the Discord screen share, from my experience, even with Discord Nitro, 720p, 1080p doesn't matter. It's the quality, it can reach like a grand total of 240p consistently with my friends. So it's just like it's not worth it for us to migrate over there for the screen share, because surprisingly enough, a high quality 15 FPS screen share is much more manageable and more tolerable than like a 30 FPS 240/144p stream.
Most of the time, at least. Like, there might be a few games that are exceptions.
Maybe like a Game Boy game or something.
Yeah, or something I was thinking of, like, because you were talking about doing Ace Attorney Trilogy sometime this year. Something like that.
Something without much movement.
Yeah. Also, the one time where I'm ever going to use invisibility.
I think you used it in one other spot too. Not the casino level where you screwed up and wherever. I think there was like one other location that you genuinely used it in. But I can't remember when. Also, I'm sorry if you hear a baby crying.
I do not.
Oh, thank you, Discord. Discord has upsides.
Mm-hmm.
Discord has downsides.
Discord just has sides.
No. Discord's missing sides. I'm missing sides. My name is Tim.
This is gonna be close.
My name is Jambroni.
No, it's not. It didn't make it. It was right there.
My name is Poo Poo Bum Bum Face.
I see. Mr. Poo Poo Bum Bum Face.
My name is Chicken Tenders.
He always has to say it once apart.
He's gonna pay me off to stop saying that at some point.
Surprisingly,
Actually,
I don't
won't.
care yet.
It's because you like chicken tenders. As a matter of fact, you might make me stop saying it at some point because it makes you too hungry.
What the? Okay. I'm restarting. It's too much a waste of time at that point.
So I have a confession to make, and by confession I mean I screwed something up. I pulled a muscle. I don't know which part of my muscle, like which muscle it was, but I like pulled a part of my arm muscle today really badly, and it actually kind of hurts to play video games right now. But I've got to, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Well, this is our job,
I wish. If it was our job, it would be great, actually. Because then we wouldn't have to care about anything. You wouldn't have to deal with Amazon.
Amazon.
We would just have to deal with each other, which I mean is barely tolerable as it is. Yogaidr Doctor. More
I'm
like...
forcing him to play through all Velo Ghosts. That actually
Jesus.
might have some truth to it.
Wait a minute. I take everything back. This is the worst timeline. Speaking of which, I am doing a Velo Ghost as we speak. Speaking of which, Velo Schmilo. Speaking of which, let's not talk about CNK way too much.
That's a trend of Sly, unfortunately. Talking way more about other games than Sly itself. I know it can't really be helped, you haven't really played much of Sly.
There's a few things. One, I haven't really played much of Sly, and two, when you start retreading through levels and stuff, things kind of, for me at least, that's when things get a little iffy for me. This goes for any game in terms of recording. Like, I start to lose, not interest per se, but I start to lose, like topics to talk about, because when I'm going through the normal game, at least I can be like visually or like when I'm going through a normal game where you're going through like the base game, right? I can visually watch you play through it, and I'm like, okay, cool. I can see what it's like for another player to play the game. I think I'm being yelled at, but it just gets harder for me.
Clearly missed that jump.
afterwards. I'm about to hit the shortcut, so I can't step away for a second. You know how hard this is. But yeah, no, once it gets to retreads, it just gets harder. Okay? And this goes for even my own LPs. I mean, just look at freaking, what's it called? Look at Chain of Memories. Prime example.
Oh, yeah. That game's got bad.
I'll be back in 1 second, though.
That's fine.
Just in case I was...
There. Found the timing I was looking for. I was trying to find a timing where I wouldn't have to stop. Alright. Guess I don't really have a lot of topics on this game either. How long have we been in this stage? The first two stages were both basically first attempts. And the first attempt on this stage is actually the furthest I've gotten. It was right there. Oh, there that goes. Whatever. Same strategy applies, just gotta not screw it up. Well, I know when to go now. There. It's perfect. I want to use speed up as little as possible, except for cutting down tedium. I don't mind there. It's like I had slow down on those first two stages because reaction times on those trees, it's really nice. Yeah, they take 3 hits to kill. And I lost many a run to them! Ugh. Why am I doing so badly all of a sudden? I was doing so great at the beginning. Actually, I know why. It's because the first 2 levels I'd run through earlier today, and I had to stop after that because I ran out of time. Start over again. I'm losing time. And as I established earlier, I don't have that time to spare. But I'm actually like a little genuinely upset about the person that said these earlier levels are super easy. They clearly aren't.
Man, I'm glad I told you to record first because I got food.
Oh, okay.
The family wanted me to... Ow! Oh, I pulled that muscle so hard earlier today. Like, multiple times.
How did I not get attacked there? Oh well.
I don't know, but yeah, no, I would have. They wanted me to eat with them, but I really couldn't just sit here and basically let you man this entire part yourself.
Yeah, that would have been horrible.
Yeah. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
Hmm? But
I'm eating food.
Yes, I heard you the first time.
No, you didn't. I'm eating food. Did you hear me that time?
I heard you the first time.
No, you didn't. I'm eating chicken tenders. I wish I was. I'm eating taquitos. I guess those are okay, not really the next best thing, but they work. They function.
Chicken light.
They're edible. You heard it from me, folks. Taquitos. They're edible.
I'm so mad. I got super close to it the first time, and now I can't even get close.
You know what I did? I got food, but I have to beat this Velo ghost first.
You're never gonna eat.
No, it's hyperspace way. I think I've managed to master it. I'm not changing my difficulty rating on it though, just because it's still stupidly hard. Given the time it took to like actually just perfect it, that's a justifiable reason to say something is stupidly hard. But you know what isn't justifiably stupidly hard? Time trials in a Psy game.
I would argue against you, but I was doing perfectly fine the first time, and now I can't get back. This is the furthest
Hello.
I've made it. And I
Hello,
screwed up my jump
welcome
again.
to-
That's what happened the other time.
Hello, welcome to El Pier's Curse. Would you like to
Seriously?
stay? But yeah, I hate video games. Okay, I beat Velo Ghost by 1 second.
What stage?
Hyperspace Way.
I didn't realize she was back to playing Hyperspace Way. Okay.
I didn't beat it on this save, apparently.
On what save?
Your save.
Well, yeah, we already established that. Remember? It was on camera. You have your Velo Ghost Superior save on there. I even called you out over it.
Well. In hindsight, that didn't work as intended. What did you have for dinner tonight?
I don't even remember. Probably didn't.
I probably just didn't eat.
That's usually what that means.
I mean, I can semi-relate. Sometimes, I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I just don't realize I haven't eaten until, like, it's been 20 hours since I last ate. And
Oh,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
Then I'm like, wait a minute. No wonder I
haven't
feel
eaten.
terrible. I ate last, like, 22 hours ago.
Okay, there. This time it should be fine. I have 25 seconds instead of 10. There. That was the last one for this world.
Now we have, you said, 4 more, right?
Yep, because there's 4 of them in the China stage.
That's racist.
How is it racist to say a country's name?
Just because it's a panda bear? It's racist. I feel like Mayo's gonna be like, you and me need to have a stern talk about what isn't considered racism.
I would if I didn't despise the topic of politics so much.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say like off camera.
I mean, even off camera. Just
You're
something I
telling
actually
me-
despise.
You're telling me you don't love politics. Let's talk about politics right now.
No, don't you dare. You did it in one video, and it's easily our least watchable video now because it's aged so terribly.
How?
By we, I mean you did.
Wasn't it a Spyro Heroes Tale video?
No, it was a Rayman Legends one.
Oh.
It's literally called Thumbs Down this video. Like, don't only imagine why.
I love politics.
Oh, I noticed.
I actually don't.
Well, something must change in a few years.
No, I've never really cared.
This the guy that spent like an hour talking about how certain he was Bernie Sanders was going to be president.
Oh. I think at the time I was just upset. I guess more of like, okay, a good example is somebody was really upset about quote unquote Twitter hate culture, whatever they may call it. You know, when people are like, they call out something on a game or whatever, and they just find something to complain about or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like some people on Twitter that they go crazy about it and they talk about it or whatever, right? Somebody was going crazy. I don't know like what the specifics were, but they were telling me about how they were just mentioning about in general how they hate that, right? And I told them, well, just don't care because who cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, why would you care about people not liking this or not liking that or being upset about this or being upset about that? And I'm like, just don't care about it. And they were like, no, if I do that, then I feel like my opinions don't exist and aren't justifiable and this and that. And I was just like,
Who cares about your opinions?
yeah, I was about to say, just who cares? Just let people complain about dumb stuff
or
Like, leave that to the politicians.
I was gonna say, yeah, like let them complain or hate dumb stuff, like complain about dumb stuff or enjoy.
They are
stuff.
literally paid to do it, so that we don't have to.
And I'm just like, well, there's a lot of people that join in on that stuff, and they think like their opinions or whatever will matter, or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, don't even care. Who cares? And then somebody actually made a really good point, and they were like, they were like, oh, well, my opinion then I doesn't feel like, just like I said, doesn't feel justifiable or whatever. Like, doesn't feel like I have an opinion on the matter or whatever.
Who cares if you do?
Then they were like, oh, well, I feel like, you know, I'm scared to post my opinions because I feel like people are just gonna come at me, you know, because the whole like doxing and crazy culture around that, you know, it's crazy and big and whatever, right? So I get afraid to post my opinion sometimes.
Okay, to be fair, that one I can understand.
That one I can understand, but somebody did make a really compelling argument that makes a lot of sense to me. They said, if you are scared to post your opinion because you think people are going to go after you and you are so concerned about that, then there's a high probability that you are not even confident in putting your opinion out because you probably don't think it's worthwhile. If you are scared to put out your opinion, then what's it called?
Not a chance.
But yeah, they were like, if you're afraid to put out your opinion, then there's a high probability that you don't even you think your opinion is wrong. If you're scared to put out and people are going to backlash on it, then you're afraid that your own opinion is wrong. And I can see that argument. Like,
I don't see it as well as the other person's, because there are definitely cases where people are very certain and they still get attacked.
True, but it's a matter. But I'm still part of that culture, and I'm not a part of that culture. I'm a part of the side of just don't care. Like, who cares, right? Like, just do your own business and stop getting worked up over silly things like that. You know, just
like, everyone's going to have their own opinions on political topics. That's nothing new, but just don't care enough to go after people that disagree with me.
I mean, like, somebody might be like, PlayStation did this controversial thing or whatever, and this and that. And they're
oh, not again!
Well, I'm just making an example.
I was making a joke.
I know, but they'd be like, you know, oh, and they're contrabanding this and that or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people will be like, oh yeah, I agree, and this and that, and this is misogynist, and this and that. You know, they get into like the political aspect. And me, on the sidelines, I'm just like, I don't fucking care. I might be like, I think it's stupid. And that's where I'll stop, because I don't care about anything else. Kind of reminds me how there's this. Granted, I think they're 18 now, but I still kind of consider them a kid. Like they're still like in high school. I think they're probably just about to get out of high school. There's this person, because I have a lot of strong opinions on music or whatever, right? Because music and video games are like two big things I'm really into. And I'll tell him that I don't, like, I'll be like, I don't like this certain thing. Like, I don't like this certain album. Or I don't like this song. Or I'll be like, I feel like this song is like this, right? And then he'll ask why. And I can't just be like, oh, because I don't like it. He, like, expects me to give him, like, a thorough, like, multi-paragraph argument on why I do or do not like certain things.
Oh, it happened again! That's the thing I was talking about when I was doing these test recordings the other day.
Good freeze frame.
Yep.
But yeah, no, he'll be like, he wants me to basically like write up an essay on why I do or don't like certain things, and that's why that's first of all, that's why I think I call him a kid still, because I feel like only a kid would care about
someone else's opinion that much.
Yeah. And then I constantly ignore him whenever he asks me to try to explain myself on almost anything, because if I tell him one thing, he'll counteract it with another thing, and then
Like,
it just
he
becomes...
just wants to go join the debate club, clearly.
Yeah, then it becomes an endless cycle, and then it kind of becomes a he's always a like correct sort of thing, and then he's the kind of person that comes back to me, like combats at me, and he's like, you know, you always seem like you feel like your opinion's always right and this and that about certain things, and I'm just like, no, I just don't want to write like 3 paragraphs in a fucking essay just to tell you why I feel certain ways about certain things, because sometimes I just don't like things, and sometimes I just like things. But I guess people can't take that for an answer. That annoys me, that people can't just take a yes or no answer. People have to get really specific, and that's why I ignore him anytime he tries to get into a big old conversation about stuff like that. I just say, nope, I don't like this because I just don't like it. Or I say, I like this because I like it. And that's how I feel like a lot of opinions should be, I guess, for the most part. Like, for example, if I'm looking at a game review, right, there'll be people... There's a reason I don't read full game reviews, like, in terms of, what's it called?
I'll read them once in a while if I want a good laugh, but only for the bad ones.
Most of the time I'll take that. But most of the time I never, like, read written reviews, and the main reason why I never, like, read written reviews is because I just don't care about all these specific things. I'd rather you just tell me, do you like it? Do you not like it? What's the good? What's the bad? That's why I usually go to the bottom where they usually outline the things they like.
Thank you, IGN, for straight up outlining that.
I mean, there's a lot of... I think...
I know, but they make it really obvious. They have their rating, they literally have a good and bad tab.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, it's IGN, so people are still going to give them crap over everything, but...
Well, it's funny because the same person that was complaining about the Twitter stuff, right? They're also going on a rant about how they hate journalism, like whether it's for movie reviews or game reviews or this or that or whatever.
There's a word for that. It's hypocrisy.
I know. They were complaining about that sort of stuff. And what I told them is, well, just ignore certain reviewers about certain things, and then just find, or like reviewers / journalists that you don't like and are clearly don't share similar opinions of yours, right? And then follow the very specific ones that you like that you think they know what you're talking about. You know, you gotta find who you like, then you have to just stick with those people. And if they feel a certain way about something, you can't just immediately write them off because you liked them before and something you don't anymore. You know what I mean? You just be like, just find the person that you like. You keep dying to the same
I know,
icicle.
but I can't stop. I have to get my time back somehow, because I was behind by several seconds before. That's why I'm using roll now, too. Because before I was just using fast everywhere. Even though there's barely anywhere in the stage that I even can roll, because the stage is uphill.
Would you say it's an uphill battle?
I wouldn't even be surprised if that's the name of the level. This game does the same thing the Crash does with its levels, where most level names are puns.
Never forget, piston it away. Rated E for everyone, folks.
I'm embarrassed to say how long it took me to realize that pun. What?
It's funny because
An audio video game?
I know
Maybe
it might
Shadow?
have taken you a long time to figure out that joke, but you know what I find really funny about that joke? Is it's not even remotely fucking subtle.
Oh, I mean,
And
like,
it's still,
oh,
and they still got away with it in
I miss those puns all the time. Gonna have a field day when we get around to Ace 30. All the puns I somehow missed.
From what?
From Ace 30, because literally everyone's name is a pun in that game. It's glorious.
Haha. Phoenix, right? I get it.
And it just gets more and more severe as the series... Okay, I grabbed a ledge and that saved me. Only to die seconds later.
It's your fault.
I mean, duh?
This is my fault. And Mayo's just like, no, it's not, but if you want to take the blame, sure.
Well, I mean, okay. I wonder how much this part I spent just on this one stage.
30 minutes.
I doubt it. I don't even care anymore. I'm finishing all these stupid time calls here. Because most of the ones in this world weren't that bad. I remember this one being the worst.
You're never supposed to say that.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying how I remember it. Okay, I got a horseshoe. I'm feeling better. And I actually needed the horseshoe, so good.
Why do they call it a horseshoe? It's not really a shoe. Like, you put it on the foot of a horse, but...
Well, what? Are you supposed to call it a horse's foot? What the... Okay.
Call it the bottom of a horse foot. Where? Can you use invisibility on the side of these things?
No, you can't, because it uses the same button. I did not see that light till it was way too late. Oh, come on. Get up this hill. You can do it, Sly. No, you can't. I'm getting worse and worse at this level. I'm at that point by now where I'm not improving at all. I'm just doing worse.
Well, the thing is, you started fine, and you're just doing bad now. Usually it's bad start, good middle, worse end.
But I still somehow end up finishing in the end, despite being worse.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, the worst part is I actually meant to go through these stages again today because I knew I was going to have trouble, but I only had time to go through the first two stages. I didn't realize I would be babysitting today.
Yeah, he was babysitting me. I say it as a joke, but you basically do.
I mean, yeah, maybe babysitting isn't the right word, but it's close enough that it's basically the right word.
What would you call it then?
Exactly, that's the issue.
I mean, he like quote unquote babysits me, and I like quote unquote babysit him. It's a mutual effort.
Okay, I need fast now.
Would these guys be any slower?
I know, I'm using fast too. Okay, I have a little more time this time.
You got 5 seconds more time, to be specific.
Which... That's it. That's all I needed.
You shouldn't have said that, because you almost got hit.
I did, but... Actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered because I had roll on.
Oh. How long has this been going on?
Just Good question. It's probably close to an hour at this point.
No, it's probably like 30 minutes.
No, it's 30 minutes. Okay, well, it feels like it feels really slow to me because I keep failing the same thing.
Relatable. Except every time I failed Hyperspace Way.
It takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, that stage is long, so you can feel the length. For a racing game especially. Oh, it's 2 minutes, 10 seconds. The triangle menu was above it. I thought that was a 0. I thought you literally had like 12 seconds to beat it. I was like,
yeah, no, that would be awful.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Wrong button.
What is this chaos?
Yeah, at that point, you start looking for the exploit that they clearly used. Ah, well, that's it. I'm screwed. I'll just accept my fate. At least I don't have to watch some animation of the truck driving around anymore. Van! I have a problem at work, too.
You're just a truck driver at heart.
Yes. And?
But if you're a truck driver at heart, don't you love American Truck Simulator? But didn't you give me that game, or did you?
Yes,
have
I
an extra
did.
copy?
I mean, I still have that game. That was a second copy. That's why I gave it
Okay.
to you, because there's
Yeah,
no reason
that's-
to keep it.
That's what I was asking. I was like, was it a second copy, or how did you not hit him?
Apparently I did.
The real question is, when are we going to LP American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator?
You get both of them, so you be judge.
They are not LPable games. Well, those are like literal like podcast games. Like you would sit there just to listen to the commentary. It's literally just driving a truck. That time he actually got him, even though the first time.
And then I get ambushed. Remember that enemy gave me a lot of trouble before, too. I need to switch over to roll for this. 'Cause I'm only really using fast to slow down the tedium.
Don't you mean to fast the tedium?
Yes, to fast the tediumness. Good.
English good.
We good English. Bruder good boy.
You just say Bruder good boy?
Yes. You were talking like Bruder, so I just completed the joke.
I'm just surprised that you mentioned Bruder.
I hate everything about my life choices.
I like how you went invisible for half a second there. I saw that. Don't.
Oh
think
yeah, I
did.
know. That was my original decision, but
You definitely got hit in that light, but okay. What are you invisibilitying yourself for half a second for?
panic. It doesn't even. I would be better off rolling. I know.
Oh, okay, it's a pan thing. I thought you were legitimately like doing some sort of strat. I was like,
Yeah,
what
no,
are
it's a
you
pain. Well, okay, that's too much time lost. The funny thing is, I didn't even remember this level being that hard. I mean,
Why
it's
would you
a
just say
decently
that?
hard level for this game's standards, but
Oh, you got a hit.
I don't really remember any particularly sticky spots, aside from that one enemy that would always ambush me.
Well, you have a hit in case they
Yeah.
hit you.
Didn't even need to slow down that time.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Well, we tried. That's okay. It's just
Whatever,
a good
it wasted like 2 seconds, if that. And that's roughly the time I saved from that one enemy, so it evens out.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Roll.
As soon as I'm able, which will be whenever I leave this building.
Roll.
I don't trust this game anymore.
Roll.
He really wants me to roll.
Roll.
Oh, there it is. That was behind that.
Roll.
I rolled
Keep
it and almost
rolling,
killed me.
rolling, rolling. He nearly killed me.
Yep, that was reckless, but I saw an opportunity and I took it.
Keep rolling.
This is actually gonna be kind of tight.
Is it?
Maybe? Okay, I was saying that, but now I think no. Definitely not.
Just don't get caught.
Yeah.
Roll and roll and roll. Oh.
Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of opportunities to roll in these last few stages. Actually, it's probably faster just to run over to it.
Rolling, 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 rolling. That guy is bad at his job.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, I don't remember having any issues at, except for one spot, which was awful. So there's a spot at the way end of the stage.
Of course.
And I remember having this, oh yeah, and I had this from the main LP too, where what would happen is I would jump, and then the jump and circle button, spiral jump, whatever it's called, would screw up, and it would force me onto a lower path, which wastes like a minute. So you have to restart at that point.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Oh, heard her that time.
You're a freaking god at this game. Honestly, you could have taken that.
Probably, but
Because it was right next to the alarm.
it didn't waste that much time, so...
They probably would have wasted equal time, so I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things. Man, you're also really bad at your job. You literally just have to look forward.
It's like, why even bother looking left and right?
Yeah, you're not in a Spyro game. Come on. Only Spyro fans will understand that joke.
Or... Actually, no, but I'm a Spiral fan and I still don't get it.
All the NPCs move their heads left and right for some reason.
I never noticed, I guess.
Well, now you're probably not going to be able to unsee it.
Oh yeah, for the Ignited Trilogy at some point, it's gonna be a while, but...
Literally every character, when they stop talking or you're not talking to them, they all just like move their heads left and right. That was
Very
actually
risky, I know.
Not only was that really risky, but that was just... It was done slickly. You could say it was done slyly.
Alright, this is the spot that glitches out. Okay, good, it worked. So, actually, I don't even need to be up here, I just need to be on that layer. Because... I need to be down here.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling,
So yeah, that
rolling.
pull right there had a... Honestly, probably had a higher chance of screwing up than succeeding. So I'm really glad it worked the first time.
I feel like you did that level really well.
Yeah, I said there was
Good
only
job.
really the one issue.
Good job.
So there's only one left. We're at 99%.
Wait, is this the last part?
I mean, unless you were serious about me going back for the commentaries. Which I will totally do. You think I'm joking.
Is it for every level?
Yeah. Every level has a time trial.
Uh-huh. What did the dev commentaries bring to the table?
Not a whole lot, honestly. And we wouldn't be able to hear them as the worst parts because we're talking over it. So I'd
Yeah,
just be
there's the
standing in
stage.
place letting them all talk about it.
I don't know.
I don't see much of a point, but
They're trying to entertain a child, sorry.
it's fine. I get it.
I'm pretty sure you had to do something similar. Actually, I don't know if your brother necessarily is like that kind of simply
No.
entertained. Yeah. So I know some people are. So, again, didn't mean it in a cruel way.
I know. I know.
I'm sorry.
It's just easy to make those comments. Believe me, I get it.
Well, more like more like it's easier. Like people are maybe. What am I trying to say?
People
like
are easy to offend.
People have done like said stuff like that before. Like people have said stuff like that before in these situations all the time, and it just at this point it like to mock people. So at this point, it just sounds like a mockery, even when you're trying to like just ask genuinely. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Like for example,
So her mouth is gaping open. It's really weird. I only just
I
noticed
just
that.
ignore her.
I hadn't noticed. It's not like you were complaining about her being furry bait the whole game.
But yeah, no, I
Again,
like
that's
for
like horse
example.
job, not this game.
like roll off what I was talking about before, is like if you try to ask somebody, "Are you autistic?" Like if you mean it in like a legitimate, "Hey, I'm curious, do you suffer from autism?" sort of thing. If you say it just as simple as "Are you autistic?" like that could be.
That's
just keep going.
I know it's probably gonna cost me the run, but I'm gonna try. Actually, no, the end's right there. Maybe.
Yeah, but don't you have to do like some kind of
a little
funky...
bit. Yeah, you're supposed to use the fireworks, but screw it, we don't have time. Gotta hit every last one of these fireworks. Oh.
Yeah, this is the part I was kind of concerned about.
Oh, nope, it's fine. We're fine. So yeah, I think the light just goes here in the middle of the claw.
You just ruined some good architecture.
Slide does that a lot, come to think of it. It's like, I think at least 3 or 4 times a game.
Excellent, Sly! You've beaten...
Excellent! This is the last time you'll hear me do this voice for a while. It's me,
Check out this
Bentley!
fascinating behind-the-scenes movie!
How should I describe Sly Cooper? He's charismatic, suave, debonair,
Cool, slick, fast, stealthy, athletic, he's a daredevil.
Sly Cooper is charming thievery.
We started with the idea that we wanted to do an action game where the primary character was a thief. The choice of a raccoon was a pretty natural fit in terms of, you know, obviously the mask being in place, being, as Dev would say, a creature of the night.
We very early on wanted to make a game that looked and felt like a cartoon, but was one step closer to realism rather than flat and graphic. We started experimenting with different ways we could bring this character to life, cell shading, how to make it feel like a cartoon but still feel like a great 3D game.
We want it to actually look like it was inked and painted, and we want the backgrounds to be, you know, really lush and have a painted look, so it looks like it's a living animated episode that you've been thrown into.
When you look at the game, initially the first thing that draws you in is the beautiful art style and lush, very, very lush look of the environments. But when you actually play the gameplay itself is lush as well.
The original conception of the Sly character was a much more realistic raccoon, chubby and not quite as lithe as the character is now, and it kind of evolved as we went along.
Once we got to that part where he kind of evolved into what he is now, my main job was to take him and try to put every bit of thiefiness into him that I could. He was kind of tiptoeing, and he's really like rearing back to like ease his foot forward, trying to keep all his weight back so his foot falls softly on the ground, and really try to hone his personality through subtleties in the movement and really try to push the thiefiness.
As we wanted Sly to feel really agile, we wanted him to feel like Sly could do the most amazing physical feats. You want to let the player of the game feel like they're a thief. Not like a real thief, like you wish thieves were.
Sly Cooper's story is really cool. He comes from a long line of super raccoon thieves. And the source of their kind of thieving greatness is this book called the Thievius Raccoonus. It's this incredibly valuable heirloom that is stolen from Sly's family when he's very young.
He has come of age, and now he feels it's his noble duty to take back the Thievius Raccoonus.
Sly has 2 buddies, Bentley and Murray.
Bentley provides a lot of the plans for their missions. He does a lot of things that are very important for Sly to complete his missions. Murray has a huge case of Sly envy. He wants to be Sly in the worst possible way, and he has absolutely none of the capabilities to do it.
A hero's only as good as his villains. We wanted to create villains, you know, making them dangerous, making them menacing, making them goofy, just giving them as much personality as Sly Cooper.
It's a super high bar being in the action-adventure category. I mean, all of the greatest games, the best games that are out there are all action-adventures.
The genre is such that you have to really excel in every single phase of the game. Going from saying Sly should be sneaky to actually having him feel sneaky in the game is hard. You have to start and you have to get the animation right, then you have to figure out how the engine's going to play the animation and how it gets affected by where he is and what he's doing and how the player can feel in control at the same time.
People are doing shoot-'em-ups and things with, you know, big weapons and things like that. And this is all about character, so you can get the feeling of, you know, I am Sly and I'm sneaking around. Anytime we can exploit anything in the environment, build it in a way that, you know, as Sly's running over, it might seem more stealthy. We completely exploit that.
And our golden rule is whatever is thiefier wins.
If you want to make a game that looks different, the PS2 gives you the opportunity to do that.
As a programmer, it has a ton of tools for solving all sorts of different types of technical problems.
A big focus for us has been in getting our tool set to the point where the artists were really unconstrained.
Artists will come to us with, they want the game to look this way, or boy, can we have a line around all the characters, the cell shading that we do, or how can we do the lighting models so that things that are bright have certain colors on them. And they have a lot of really cool ideas, and I and the other people on the programming team work on trying to get the technology put in place so that we can, you know, make those ideas happen.
What we were able to do was put together our own lighting algorithm in the vector units and then do the same thing for the cell borders that we put around all our characters. We could get it to all run super fast and have it all look different than other games. That was really our goal from the start, was to have a game which looked different.
It's been an interesting process building a team to build a game like this.
It's been great working with such a dedicated group of people. I've never really ever worked with a group I think as hardcore as this.
It really does require unbelievably talented artists, unbelievably talented programmers, and unbelievably talented designers.
How you doing?
The designers, I think, have done a wonderful job of giving players the experience of sneaking and being a thief, and at the same time making the designs accessible to people so that you don't need to be a super gamer in order to play it, although there are tons of things that are in the game for those people.
We're making a game that anyone can play.
You can't just have great art, you can't just have great code, you can't just have great characters, you gotta have it all.
It's not about just how the game looks, it's about how the game plays and how the player experiences it, and it's all about having fun.
You can make a really cool character, but if he's not fun to play, it's not worth doing.
Sly is cool, he's collected, he's adventurous.
Sly is Sly. It is not a misnomer.
Okay, we were talking about Uncharted. Sorry, that part's gonna get cut in.
And then oh, hi everyone.
So that's it. Like, I guess I can show at least what one of the developer commentaries is like.
I would show one. I was mentioning it to him when we were when the video was playing. I personally think this game.
This
game probably has not the most interesting of commentary.
And this is one of the first levels of the game.
I'll try to be a little quiet so people can hear
over and over and over.
But I do want you to give me a rundown on what they're even talking about.
As his jump length changed and jump height changed, this level.
Also nice, your best time is 2 seconds.
And it's also sort of like the test bed for the lighting, right? Okio, you did all the lighting in the game. Right. What kind of
this level was the beta stage, or the test stage, where they made everything in. Like usually they have a test level, but no, this was the test level apparently.
The artist.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, yeah, that makes sense. This is the first stage, but
get the right move.
So this is where they tested like
the main goal that I was
everything, like his physics and lighting,
like
everything.
His physics, like what hills he can jump on.
Which I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense looking at it because this kind of has a little bit of everything.
To kind of get a versatile
no,
set of colors
there's
going
no
on to
lights.
represent night.
Right.
I mean, lighting.
Kind of Las Vegas-y.
Right.
Oh no, there are
As you can
spotlights.
see
That's what I
the
meant.
game right now, all the you have tailish shadow all over. That is our shadow. Most of the game uses black.
This guy's clearly so not used to.
But we
I know I'm
have,
not gonna make it.
Different lighting.
If I'm
that
lucky, it'll still
can
keep going.
make the,
Nope, it stops.
So does the developer is there still developer commentary?
I can only understand every other word. They clearly were not used to talking into a microphone.
Oh, do they feel really awkward about it?
Yeah, I don't want to give them too much crap over it. It's just you
Is
can
it like
tell.
Insomniac Museum? They're not really awkward.
No, it's
about
worse. It's way worse. You can at least understand what they're saying.
Oh, they're having a blast in Insomniac Museum. But I guess that's it, unless you want to show anything else off.
Not really. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Next week I'll be starting Psychonauts off finally.
Yeah, thank you for watching the LP. I'm sorry the last part kind of devolved a little bit into the whole semi-political discussion.
I mean, was it political? We never actually said anything
Not
political.
really. Sorry, it devolved into some sort of like weird discussion videos that some people might not want to talk about or listen to.
I mean, that's literally every video. This one actually ended up as one of the better ones in that respect. So,
wait, what?
Yeah, that's what most of Sly videos end up turning into.
True. I like Sly Cooper. He's gonna buy me pizza.
He can dream. Well,
he's gonna buy me the Sly.
I'll probably get to Sly 2 before the end of the year. Not sure when though. He's
gonna buy me the Sly trilogy, so then he can be like, play this shit. So then when we go through the other games, you can have more to talk.
I have to buy Jack trilogy first. Remember?
You don't even have to do that. He's just doing that for me to like make it better quality and stuff. Which, bless you for that.
Like I said, I would do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, which again, you really don't have to if you don't want to. But if you want to, by all
I'm not
means,
that pressed for money, and I said I was going to. Like clearly, I spent $25 on pizza.
True. Not when I straight up was begging you not to.
Yep. Okay, I'm sorry. We're stalling. Thank you all for watching.
And this is the best way to end the LP by Sly looking like he's at a funeral. Goodbye. Yep.